kickstand switch someday.
Scratch babble. Man, I wish I was going out on that. What's going on? It's Sunday morning. It's, I guess, roughly 9 o'clock-ish. Yesterday, heat index was over 100. Today, I'm already sweating balls. But for a couple of reasons, I had to get on the bike today. Because I need to talk to you guys, ladies, gentlemen. Pets, whatever. You know, I'm sorry that I start all these vlogs as I'm pulling out of my driveway just because I'm lazy and I'm impatient. I want to get to it. And there's only 2 ways I can go once I pull out of here. There's only a couple of main roads in this town anyway because of the Air Force land. So you get to see the same stretches of road. I'll try to change it up some. Blinker off. I'll try the visor down for a bit. Just for sound quality. I forgot to raise my windshield. So many thoughts running through my brain. The challenge of this vlog is keeping it short. So this is where I am. I am about 21 subscribers away from 1,000, which will get me monetized again, which, as I've said before, really doesn't matter because in a whole year I only made $100. But here's the reality. Life-wise, first of all, my personal life, I'm very grateful and thankful that I'm in a relationship, a healthy, adult, grown-up relationship. Job-wise, I've been in radio for quite a while, even though I got into it late, but still I've been in it for quite a while. And the reality is, I'm dead-ended. The way circumstances and the current climate in my industry is, and within my particular company, this is not a slam on my particular company, it's an industry thing. The growth is not there unless you want to leave and relocate. And after being here for 25 years, I have no desire. I love it here at the beach. I don't want to go anywhere. And I'm also at the age where I got to start thinking about how in the hell am I going to take care of myself financially. You know, when it's time to voluntarily or involuntarily retire. I'm 62. I'm looking at a minimum of another 8 years. I'm basically paying bills, trying to still clean up some stuff from the recession, trying to put something away so the Social Security that I've been paying in all my life that won't be available, so I can you know, still live in something other than a tent. So this insane idea has been popping around in my head on and off for probably the better part of 2 years. So I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions, and I need your honest response. Don't try to be nice. Don't sugarcoat it. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you really think. Tell me what you really think. All right. Not just from fellow vloggers in the community, although I have specific questions for you, but from you guys who watch, who don't vlog, who tune in to find about KLR stuff or whatever stupid thing I'm talking about. I have fallen in love with the whole process of making videos. The editing is so much fun for me. It's a puzzle. I like trying to learn how to do things I don't know how to do. And that's what the editing part of this gives me. Well, the writing part too. The reality is my channel is never going to be like one of those channels where you see all this amazing scenery, or you see me ride all these incredible trails. I do think you will see stuff along those lines. It just won't be that much of it because of where I live. But that brings up the other part of this, which is I want to do it more. I want to make opportunities to do it more, but my schedule and my monetary realities right now just don't make that possible. So instead of beating around the bush, I'm wondering how much time should I devote, or if I should even devote time, to try to take this YouTube thing, not in the next 6 months, not in the next 12 months necessarily, but to try to put all my extra effort outside of my normal job into trying to build a channel, with the goal at some point to be able to generate enough income that I can support myself. Just quickly, this isn't about delusions of grandeur. I don't think I'm so popular or so good on that I could build something like that if I uploaded regularly and, you know, did all the things they tell you to do. But in the past, if I've ever come across something I really enjoy work-wise, I do really well at it eventually. And I think I might be able to do that with this as well. There's a crossover, obviously, with my regular job being on the radio. But because I'm not a writer channel, you know, I'm still new. I've been riding now 3 years, maybe 2.5, something like that, I don't know. And especially on the adventure side of things, so I'm not an adventure guy. Obviously, you don't tune in for that. There are still things I want to do on the KLR, and I'll bring you that stuff and tell you about that. And then, as you know, if you've watched any of my vlogs, some of them have nothing to do with the KLR. It's just me yammering about something. First of all, why do you watch these videos? Those of you who do, why do you watch my videos? I'm not looking for you to blow smoke up my ass. I want an honest response as to what is it about the videos that you watch. Hand in hand with that, this is something I used to do on the air all the time. Every once in a while, I'd call it the report card and ask about how we're doing on the air, and ask people to be brutally honest. So going hand in hand with why do you watch, more importantly, I need to know what don't you like? What don't you like from a vlogger? What don't you like from a YouTube channel involving guys and motorcycles? So question 1, why do you watch? Question 2, what don't you like? Question 3, we've all watched vloggers over whatever period of time, and along the way, when you first start watching, you pick up some vloggers, and as time goes on, you keep some of those and keep going back, and others you just kind of, they don't do anything to piss you off or anything. It's not like their vlogs suck, but for whatever reason, you just find yourself watching less and less. So my third question is, think about those vloggers and tell me why you stopped watching. Why did you kind of just slack off and stop watching? And it could be anything. It could be you didn't like the content. It could be they became a pompous ass because they got the big head. It could be they didn't upload regularly enough and you just got bored and got out of that habit of looking for them. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, if I do this, I mean, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to go any more or less. I'll just kind of do what I do. But all my questions pertain to trying to take this to the next level. I'll tell you what I don't want to do. I don't want to sink all the time and effort into just coming up with pretty shots and unusual shots and different shots. I want to use the different shots and different editing things just to tell the story, just to make the story a little more interesting. Yeah, this isn't about showing off skills or trying to be, you know, copy somebody else's style. And you guys know, who don't vlog, who watch this video, that there's a group of us down here on the lower tier of vloggers. We all kind of interact with each other, and we interact with you guys too. And my sense is, like me, everybody started just to have fun. Ron sees, just does what he does. He enjoys the process. He's starting to get traction. Full Cipher cracks me up. But he started out, and he's coming up on 100. He's coming up on his first 100 subscribers. And it starts snowballing. Mason and I started out roughly the same time. His channel took off. Oh my God, I watched his vlog, Mason's vlog this morning about stump jumping and log jumping. And all I could think of was, I have one, possibly two testicles I'm willing to give up to be able to ride terrain like that every day. I turned on my sig other. I almost called her my wife, not yet. And I turned to her and I said, we're moving to Canada. And there are several others. I know I'm leaving people out. There's a lot of traffic coming up behind me. Anyway. You guys that already have channels that are doing it for fun. What happens when your subscriber count starts hitting numbers that you think, like, or you start wondering, like I'm wondering, I wonder if this can become something? Or will you always just say, whatever happens, happens? I don't really have any desire to, whether I have 1,000 subscribers or 5,000 subscribers or 10,000 subscribers or 20,000 or 50,000. I'm still going to kind of do what I do, and I have no desire whatsoever to make YouTube a full-time thing. You know, I think about it sometimes. Back when I started riding, I was watching just riders. So it was people like, oh God, Jake the Garden Snake, and Do It With Dan, and Cycle Cruise, and all these guys. And a lot of them kind of got together and formed a little network, and they did some live streaming and that kind of thing. You know, there's a big part of me that wants to do this more regularly and full time, and be able to do stuff like that with guys that I watch, that I interact with, that I have. I mean, just because it seems like it'd be so much fun. It'd be really fun one night to get like Ron and Mason and Full Cipher, and see, again, I'm brain farting because I'm not the best at thinking and writing. There are several others. I'm going to list all their names at the end of this video. But, you know, have us all get together and just shoot the breeze and, you know, see if people are interested in that and people watch it. And I'd like to be able to set up a little thing where we exchange ideas with each other and we, you know, talk about not strategy so much, but like in radio, when we brainstorm an idea, we're looking for something to do to build a promotion or do something different, shake it up a little bit. We don't sit around and talk about just boring, you know, ideas, the same old thing. We try to come up with something unique and different, and that'll make people go, well, that was unexpected. Because in my opinion, the two things that make for successful radio, I think will make for a successful vlog channel. At least based on what listeners have told me over the years. The first thing they told me was, one of the things that made them connect was, I said things, or I talked about things that they thought about but hadn't heard anybody else talk about. Which is a huge compliment in radio if somebody tells you that. And the second thing that they say, besides you make me laugh, is we never really know what's going to happen next, what you're going to say next, what you guys are going to say or do next. We never really know. Well, I think those same two ingredients will work for YouTube. Whether me as primarily a KLR guy is vlogging about the KLR or not. But I might be wrong. That's why I'm asking it. I need your input. And then the last thing I wanted to ask, for those of you who don't vlog but watch, what other vloggers do you watch and why? You don't have to give me a laundry list. Just, you know, quickly, I watch so-and-so because of this, or I continue to watch so-and-so because I like this about him, or I like this about her, or I like this about their channel, or Because some of us are more instructional based, some of us are more using the KLR as it was meant to be used based. Some of us, Twisty Grip. Twisty Grip is the other person that I left out. He doesn't post as much as he used to. And it's just him on a bike running tape, and it goes as long as it goes. Usually it's not very long, and hell, he's not even on a KLR, he's on an Africa Twin, but it's his personality that, man, I would love to get me, Full Cipher, Ron, Twisty Grip, Mason, who am I leaving out? Everybody. And anybody else. Together, just for like a couple beers. And by a couple, I mean several. All right. I'll be honest with you, it's getting hotter. Visor slowly up. Them balls. And I'm just riding around on pavement. Yeah, nice. I remember my first boner too. So to recap, since I was all over the place, I'm wondering if I should make the effort over the next couple of years to try to build this channel into something that can become permanent, full-time, and ultimately replace my day job. And ultimately be something that I could do. The beauty of it is there's no retirement date. The retirement date will be when I can't get on the bike, or when I can't come up with any ideas for decent content, or when I can't remember what I said 5 seconds ago, so I keep repeating myself. Now, the last little thing I wanted to mention, and this, I'm not pimping it yet because we're not there yet, but because we enjoy it, I have literally hit the jackpot in my relationship. And I'm not going to go into the huge story yet. Well, it doesn't matter whether I go into it now or later, but bottom line is we're starting a channel, and it's going to be more of a lifestyle. We've done a couple of videos, you know, we're figuring it out, lighting and all that stuff. It's going to be a lifestyle channel. I've been married a few times, not proud of it. She's been married before. She has 3 younger kids, 5, 10, and 12. Oldest and youngest are girls. And because God moves in mysterious ways, we met a couple of years ago, fell in love, and we moved in together in January. And it has been great. And there have been some challenges. One had to do with the divorce I was going through when we met, or not long after we met, but not because of that. And the other, frankly, has to do with our 28-year age difference. I know. So anyway, we started a channel talking about family challenges and just everything, daily stuff. We've done it more because it's something we enjoy doing together. But again, kind of like this, you just never know. If it were to become something great, just like the KLR vlogs, if it never becomes anything, you know, my kids, and her kids, and our family will have some stuff to watch and make fun of over the years, a record of, yep, these people actually existed. So when that's a little further along, I'll probably throw a link up. I'm not going to throw a video up on this channel, obviously. I don't want to do that to you. But I will throw a link up so you can check that out. All right, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting hot. I got to end this thing. Love you guys. Don't forget, whatever you comment below, don't do it because you feel obligated to feel nice or anything else. I don't take I don't take criticism and I don't take input as criticism, even when it's negative, especially when I ask for it. It helps me learn. It's called learning. Thanks for your time.